everybody? How's everybody doing this wonderful Friday evening? Friday the 13th. Of course, we had to come back on the most unluckiest or luckiest day of the year, depending on how much you enjoy it or don't like it or how superstitious you are. Once again, my name is Brent. I got Artie coming in right here in a few seconds, and we do have a special guest. Before we get started, though, guys, we do want to thank you guys for joining us one more time. Don't forget to follow us on social media. You can follow us at Twitter at @theblown_save. And on Instagram at @theblown_save. Don't forget, you can also still reach out to us at theblown_save_podcast@gmail.com. You guys can also go check out some of our merch. Go to our website, www.theblown_save_podcast.com. We have all our information there. You guys can check all the neck gaiters, the masks, the shirts, hoodies, everything you guys got going on. We got plenty of other stuff coming on, but we want to thank you guys for listening to us. If you guys do listen to us on the website, you guys also can see where you can subscribe to any one of the places you can find the Blown Save podcast. Now, let's get into it, guys. But before we do that, I got to bring in my one, my only, my compadre, my partner, Mr. RT Casas. What's going on, brother?
What's up, my man? Congratulations. And then they say congratulations.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. Congratulations.
Big Ben is here.
Big Ben
and
is
a special shout out to my favorite veteran. Well, I don't want to say favorite, but you're my favorite Marine. Because honestly, my cousin Mike is right up there. You guys are, I've known Mike obviously my whole life, so you guys are 1A, 1B for me. Right, but Mike was an Army Ranger, so I could compartmentalize that with you guys. You're my favorite Marine, and he's my favorite Army Ranger. You know what I'm saying?
Army Ranger is like Marine Light.
There you go. I like it. I like it. And a shout out to my assistant principal over at Summit High School, who's a mentor of mine, to Mr. Tim Hannon, who is retired from the Air Force. He's an awesome dude. I turn to him whenever I have problems. He's a dude that I could talk to when things are going wrong, and he's just a great mentor, and I'm lucky to have him. So those are my special three veterans in my life that I kind of impact me and I see all the time. So shout out to you guys, man. That was your day on Wednesday. So
I do appreciate it, sir. Shout out to all the veterans that I know. It'd be too many to kind of post. Right. My favorite veteran, though, is my father. Mr. Carlos Sanchez. Dad, I know you're hearing this at home. Thank you so much for your service. I'm glad that I was able to see you on Wednesday when you guys came down to see little Big Ben. But yeah, he's my favorite veteran. There's plenty more that I know, but I'm gonna stick with that one.
I like it. All right. Hey, so got a special guest here today.
Excellent.
Got a fellow from Summit High School, Dodger lover extraordinaire, Mr. Ken Hong. He's one of our super math teachers over there. Super smart, super buff. So, say what's up, Ken.
What's up? Hi.
Super smart, super buff, and super rough in the face. I mean, just saying. Man, I wish I didn't turn on the video. So, Jesus. I was just playing. Ken, right?
Ken,
correct?
Okay.
Yes.
Cheers, sir. There is a 3-drink minimum. Make sure you do have a responsible driver driving you home. I know that you may not be.
I can rock up.
Oh, there you go. Hey.
Yeah. So let me tell you how Ken ended up here today. A cool little story.
Uh-huh.
So I borrowed my wife's monitor from work, but they kind of want it back, right? So I ordered one from work, and Ken he teaches from school. I teach remotely at my house.
Right.
But me and Ken probably live, I don't know, a mile and a half away from each other. We don't live very far at all. So I had asked Ken if he could just swing by and drop it off instead of me having to go to Fontana and then come back just to pick up the monitor. So he was kind enough to come and bring that bad boy over here to the house. So I'll probably connect it at some point tomorrow. I'm really excited about that.
There you go.
Yeah, man. And another thing too for our audience, I think it's cool. Maybe it's a little time for a little refresher, because everybody understands the 3-drink minimum.
Yeah,
but they might not understand why, Brent, because me and you are big, firm believers on not drinking alone. So part of the reason we did this was a good excuse for me and you to drink together, even if we're not together.
This is correct.
You know what I'm saying? So I was telling Ken that story of how me and you don't like to drink alone. But I get excited when we do podcasts because I know I'm going to get to have beer or liquor, whatever I'm feeling in the mood for, because sometimes I'm in the mood for my favorite, that Jack and Coke, and then other times it's Modelo or Dos Equis. Those are usually my 3 go-to. And obviously we have those times where we have, lemonade and whatever else I got.
No. Wait a minute. We don't have those times. You have those times. My bar is fully stocked.
Oh man, always, man. It goes down, huh?
I either have whiskey or I have beer or I have both. And if I absolutely have to, I do have tequila. But I'm ready to go no matter what's going on.
Yeah, I got it. I just don't want to drink it.
The other thing, Ken, if you didn't catch this one, that the other reason why we say a 3-drink minimum, especially when we have guests on, it makes people a little more relaxed when they have a couple drinks in them, and it allows them to talk a little bit more and a little bit more openly as to what they're saying and what they're talking about. So it kind of works out for everybody. And everybody at home, if you guys are just drinking with us, listening along, that's why we're here, for you guys to listen and have a good time. So cheers, gentlemen. Salud.
Cheers.
You guys are drinking some Dos Equis. I got some Jameson, so we're good to go.
Like it.
All right, let's jump into it. And it's so fitting that we're going golfing on Sunday, Artie. We're going to talk golf real quick.
Right.
Tiger Woods documentary coming to HBO in January 2021. Now that I've found the game of golf, I am more excited to see how the documentary will pan out. There have been a few documentaries that have come out that have been amazing, like The Last Dance with Michael Jordan and the Bulls and their final championship that they did. Others not so much. I did watch Lance. I wasn't as impressed. It was kind of like I wasn't too, maybe because I'm not into cycling or stuff like that. That too, cheaters. That I was kind of like, meh. It is what it is. I am hoping that the Tiger Woods doc is as good as the teaser trailer. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I did post a link for it for you guys, but it looks interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, he has so many signature moments in the game of golf. Obviously, one of his things that he's just legendary for is wearing his Sunday red. When he's out for blood to finish it. I think that's awesome. He has that, that slow fall with the Nike logo just showing right there of that golf ball, and it just goes, doink. Dude, that is just like spectacular. To me, he has other than I think the link that either you sent me or that Evan sent me this week, he put in that group chat. That has to be the most amazing shot I've seen. I think.
The one from that hole in one. Yeah,
that was stupid crazy. But other than that, the most amazing shot I've ever seen was Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was in the sand about 200 yards out, and that dude hit it out of the sand into the green. Like, just ridiculous. Like, I can't even explain. I got to find it to you and send you the link for that one, and you're going to be like, how? And I'm going to be like, I don't know. That's one of the most amazing shots I've seen. He also, had a couple where he hit like lefty shots around the tree that were pretty impressive. But to me, that was like one of the best shots I've ever seen is the one he hit out of the sand for like 200 yards onto the green. That just doesn't happen. Because a lot of times we're just trying to get out of the sand, which is what I talked to you about playing golf.
Right.
But I'm really excited about seeing it, about seeing that documentary. There's a great movie. And when I was thinking about like us playing golf, and you starting up, that I wanted you to see as well too. If you get a chance to watch a golf movie, there's one called Bobby Jones Stroke of Genius.
I've seen it.
Oh, you seen it? I really like that movie. It's a really good golf movie. That really got me into golf when I kind of first started playing golf. I just liked it. And believe it or not, Tim Cup is
love
pretty
Tim
good.
Cup. I'm sorry, Tim Cup is the shit. My favorite part of that movie, and by far, my favorite part of Tim Cup. Well, I have two parts, right? One is where they're betting to see who could hit the ball the furthest, and the dude turns around and hits it down the road, and it's still going, and he takes off with his car. I think that was the perfect, the best, what do they call it? Where they played you your own game and they won. Anyway,
right.
And the second one is where he's trying to raise some money or whatever, and to buy his clubs back because he pawned them in. Where he plays people at the golf course with a bag of like freaking cue stick, shovel, a rake.
That's right.
I'm like, hell yeah! I was like, that's awesome. Like, that just goes to show you like the creativity that they had when they made that movie.
So I pretty much only have one favorite part. Those are all great parts, but my favorite part, again, just because I could relate to it so much with golf, is the part where he tells them, like, all right, turn your hat backwards, put the little stick on the other side of your, switch your change into the other pocket, take that pocket out. And he's like, what the hell? Why is all like, why you tell me I'll do this? Just do it. And then he hits it and boom, it's a perfect shot, right? And he's like, how'd you do it? He's like, I was just trying to get your mind out of hitting the damn ball.
Yeah.
And the truth is, bro, that's golf. Like, that is really golf. You get in your own head sometimes because you're like, oh, don't grip the club too tight. Don't let me overturn and compensate. I don't want to hook. I don't want to slice. Blah blah blah. Like, dude, that to me was like golf at its best because it's true. You know what I'm saying?
No, and it's like you said. Like, you have to, like that when we played the other a couple weeks ago, right? My first tee off, I didn't really think about it. I was just like, I just got to swing the club, and I hit the ball fucking right down the middle. Yeah. Both of you and Andy both looked at me and were like, Dick, are you playing this? Like, have you played this before? Like, don't fuck with us, right? And I'm like,
I'm retired. Shot of the day.
That was my one shot of the day, but it was still my shot of the day.
Didn't you have a real good chip later on?
I did. I had like a 50-foot chip.
Nobody saw, right?
The one that nobody looked at. The best one of the day. Right. Nobody saw it. Golly, I saw it. Though.
I saw where it stopped. I just didn't see it happen.
No, yeah, you should have. I'm gonna take my damn GoPro next time.
I like it.
But yeah, no. So the teaser looks really good. I hope you guys take a look at it if you guys haven't. They've been talking about it all through the Masters yesterday and today. I didn't really get a chance to jump into the Masters tournament until today, and I mean, we sat there and we were looking at some really close shots and stuff like that, and it was very interesting. Obviously, following Tiger because he's the fucking biggest name other than Rory and Phil right now in the game, I think. But it was interesting. It's fun. I'm definitely enjoying it a little bit more just because I see what it takes to like make those shots. Like, man, I can't believe he hit that. Like, whoa, I can't believe he deadened the ball 3 feet from the hole. I can't believe.
What I like is the local boy, bro. You know how I am about local talent. You know, I'm from Orange County. You know.
But yeah, no, but going back to what you said earlier, that one clip where the guy hit the hole in one, instead of doing what everybody else did during the Masters and try and hit it up and in and deaden the ball right by the hole, he said, screw it, I'm going to skim it right across the goddamn water, and he hit the shit out of it, skipped across the water, rolled over, around, and back into the hole for a hole in one. That was
I want to hear an interview on that. That dude planned it, like, because that is just that shit you don't do.
Man, you know, you have your one shot, and you say, fuck it. Take it. It's like when my boy Magana from work, he went out and played Pebble Beach. And he was on one of the holes, and he was right next to the water. And I was like, man, is anybody behind you? He's like, no, I'm the only one on the course right now. Is anybody in front of you? He's like, no, I'm the only one on the course right now. I said, all right, from the tee box, take a ball and hit the shit out of it just out into the ocean. He's like, no, dude, what the hell? I'm like, dude, look, when are you ever going to be back at Pebble Beach by yourself with the opportunity to be able to just turn around and let one fly into the ocean, right? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, dude, nobody's going to count it against you. Just use another ball. Fucking hit the shit out of it, right? And he did. He came back later on and told me, he was like, that was the most amazing shot that he had hit, period. So it was pretty awesome. Yeah.
I'm sure my boy can hear the shot because he hadn't seen it.
Dude.
Right? Isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah. Isn't that absolutely unbelievable. What's the name of that? What's the name of the golfer? We're going to make him famous.
Oh, God. John Rahm?
Yeah, John Rahm.
John Rahm? Never heard of him. Rahn. John is Jon.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
He's actually on the leaderboard ending today.
Well, damn, after that shot, I would hope so.
Definitely opened up some eyes.
Kind of creativity.
Definitely opened up some eyes after that one.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Moving on to the NCAA football. ASU Cal game that was due to play tomorrow has been canceled due to an ASU staff and player, including Coach Herm Edwards. Hopefully he is safe and takes care of himself, and hopefully it's not serious. They have tested positive for COVID-19. The Utah-UCLA game also has been canceled due to COVID-19 as well, and contact tracing, so they're trying to make sure they're keeping everybody away and secluded until they figure out what happened and what's going on. speaking of COVID tests, if you hadn't heard this, the Pac-12 has formally apologized for errors in Stanford football players' COVID tests, handling mistakes and testing protocol errors, ended up giving a Stanford player a false positive.
Wow.
Is that the reason why they lost this last week? Who knows? One player sometimes does make a difference.
Depends what player it is.
Exactly. I couldn't find out in the limited time that I had which player it was, but they're trying to figure out a way to not let this happen again, which is really good. In light of those two games being canceled, the Pac-12 has rescheduled UCLA to meet Cal tomorrow morning or Saturday morning at 9 a.m. UCLA is coming off a loss. They cannot afford another one if they want to stay in the hunt for the Pac-12 championship. This will be Cal's first game of the season with only 6 games before the Pac-12 championship game. It's going to take a clean 6-0 record, or for some of these bigger teams to lose one here or there, for the Pac-12 championship to possibly see a Pac-12 team in the NCAA tournament. Right now, Colorado, SC, Washington State, and Oregon are undefeated. They each have 1 win.
Hey, I don't want you to get too far away from that ASU game because I know your boy Leon's a big ASU fan. And ASU happened to play a local team.
USC.
They happened to play USC. And everything was fine and dandy. ASU had a 99% chance of winning with like 9 minutes and 32 seconds left in that game. And then all hell broke loose. And I bring it up because me and Ken are particularly proud, and we always like to throw it in every shot we get. We have a fellow Skyhawk, an alum, really nice kid. I know I had him in the classroom. I'm not sure if Hong had him, but Mr. Carr, Stephen Carr, number 7, a running back, kind of plays. He's more of like a pass catching running back, but he rushes the ball here and there. He gets, about 15 to 20 touches a game, depending on the script of the game. But he got his first touchdown of the season. I believe it was the first touchdown of the season for USC that he got as well, too. So big ups to our boy, Stephen Carr, from Summit High School. And I'll let you take it from there so you could tell me what happened, Brent.
So, Leon, I hope you're listening to this. We're making this specifically for you, sir. I know he's over there like yelling and cursing at the floor right now. Maybe he finally muted it by now, or he skipped ahead. But ASU had a 99% probability of winning the game with 9 minutes left. USC unprobably came back and won, and even ASU had an opportunity at the very end of the game to come back and steal it back, and they couldn't handle the pressure. And because Leon is who Leon is, and because we are who we are, and he's my best friend, we did bet on the game, as we always do. Every year we bet on the game, 6-pack. He has reluctantly asked me when I want to have my 6-pack delivered to me and dropped off. And I told him, nah, hold on to it, man. We'll drink it together. I'll drink my 6-pack, and then you can go ahead and bring whatever else you want to bring at that point in time. But yeah, no. Every year we have the SC ASU game. So.
Like it.
Not this year, buddy. Not this year.
For the Dodgers. Wait, did we do that for the Dodgers Angels? Did we write something down?
No. Why would I do that?
Okay, well, because you're a big Angels fan. And you think
why would I? Why would I do that this year? There's no way in hell with no pitching. With no pitching.
You thought they were going to win the division with no pitching. You thought you were going to make the playoffs. Did you not say that?
But I wouldn't have put money on it.
Nobody said money. We talked beer.
I understand that, but I wouldn't have put money or beer on it. Come on.
Yeah, you won't put nothing.
I'm crazy, but I'm not insane.
Give him a run difference,
right? And I want.
You got to give me a 10-run differential there.
Right? 1.5.
That's a great idea. Look at that. He's got
run difference.
Stop giving him ideas, Hon.
I like this guy, Ken. I don't care what Artie says, Ken.
I know the Dodgers are better.
Ken,
give him that 1.5.
Ken, I don't care what Artie says about you when you're not around, man. You're a good guy, and I like you. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I want Ken to tell the audience. How ridiculous was Stephen Carr in high school, man? You remember him? Me and you went to plenty of games.
Yes. Right? So, I knew before I knew Stephen Carr. Who was the other one?
Damian Alloway?
Damian Alloway. Yeah. I had him as a student.
Yeah.
Bright guy. He was a superstar. It was Damian Alloway. Carr was probably a 5-star. I would say Damian Alloway was a 4-star.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Carr was a 5-star. I never had him, but man, when he touches the bar, I knew it was going to be automatic first down.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
This dude would break off runs, and he made it look effortlessly. You know, like you ever seen the movie Ernie Banks? Ernie Davis. Ernie Davis.
I have not.
Right? Oh my God, you haven't seen that movie? It's called The Express, right?
I remember you telling me about it, and you're telling me I got to watch it. I have not seen
Yeah,
it
you
yet.
gotta watch it. And if you watch that movie, you're basically watching Stephen Carr play in high school, man.
Nice.
That dude was just ridiculous. He didn't just do it because he's a great pass catching running back, but he could rush the ball as well too, which is what USC is doing with him. They kind of have him out of the backfield. He catches a couple balls here and there, and then he'll rush it as well too. Now Ken's talking about he's talking about Damian Alloway. Damian Alloway went to UCLA as well too. The scheme didn't really fit him there. While he was at UCLA, he ended up transferring out and going to Mount Sac, and then he went like off at Mount Sac, and now I think while COVID hit, obviously last year, and he was transferring, he was getting offers, but I don't know if he's playing anywhere. But I mean, he went off just like he was going off in high school, and him and Carr together in the backfield it was unfair, dude.
Yep.
It was unfair because they were both pass catching running backs, and at the same time, you could hand it off to them at any time in the game, and then those dudes would break it. Damian was a little more shifty, would you say, like a little more jukey than Stephen Carr, because Stephen Carr has a little more power than Damian, but they're eerily similar.
Damian was way more slim.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
a
Carr
smaller a smaller body type. Carr was wider and stockier.
Yeah, at the college level, he was playing a wide receiver, like a slot, like a Wes Welker.
Mm-hmm.
He was playing that, and he had beautiful hands. I remember his last game in high school, he got eliminated by the CIF champs and state champs, which was San Marino High School.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to that game, and that was the closest they got to a CIF title. They lost in the semifinals. But dude, it was a shootout. It was like, did you go to that game by any chance? Dude, the game was like 52 to like 48 or something like that. It was like stupid, and Carr had like 3 TDs and Damian Alloway had like 4 TDs. But San Marino just kept on. San Marino had like all the trick plays, bro. Like you think of a trick play and San Marino had it. And they needed every single trick play to work against them, and they barely beat us. And I always thought, man, if we played this at our field, where we had slight home advantage, the home team was probably going to win that. And they were a great team, dude. You tip your cap and you're like, man, they were just a better team today. And what was cool was they went on to play Glendora, I believe, who was like that super heavy favorite to win that CAF title. And they blew out Glendora, bro. So, like, the championship, I felt like was won between us two. Because I really felt like if Summit made it to the CIF title game, they were going to win it. And then what's cool is they went on to play someone else at the state title game. And I don't remember who it was, bro. But they blew them out in the state title game. Dude, it took and even that, Stephen Carr got it was Stephen Carr. I think Stephen Carr got the last play of the game, and we fell like 7 yards short of scoring the final TD that would have gave us the final lead.
Damn.
It was one of those games, man. Like, you had to be there. It was just epic.
Kind of like on Friday Night Lights at the very end. When at the very end they get to the goal line and then they lose it. Yeah, no. I can only imagine. I can only imagine how that would be live.
San Marino. And again, man, you tip your cap because they were a class act, bro. Like, and I knew I believe he was the athletic director over there. I knew him from back in my days when I was a sports writer because that athletic director at San Marino, he was an assistant principal at Beckman High School, which is one of the schools I used to cover. So I told him, because I was teaching at Summit, I was like, hey, we're playing you guys, blah, blah, blah. See you on the field, this and that. And we went over, shook hands. Like, man, I can't believe you're a teacher now, stuff like that. And it was pretty cool just seeing that that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, seeing that, like, almost full circle. And his son was on the team, dude. His son was like a captain or something like that. And it was real cool, man. It was one of those, like, man, we're going to lose to somebody. I'm glad it was them. Because they were a real classy team. Because you play some teams that are just dirty, like throughout the year, and you're like, you could tell they're dirty, bro. And they were just a class act.
When you're in a situation like that, it's always good to lose to the team that actually wins the whole thing.
Yeah, they won CIF and they won state.
It gives you one of those like, all right, cool. They won the whole thing.
Yeah, you're like, man, at least we lost to the champs, and they gave them the best fight because, again, in the CIF title, they blew out Glendora. In the state title, I don't know who they played because they played some team from up north because it's always like CIF South versus CIF North, basically, and they just blew out the team from the north. So I was like, damn, like that's pretty cool, man, to see that we gave them the best fight in CIF, you know?
Yeah.
Totally cool.
Right on,
But
man.
that's my story. And I'll stick with you.
Well, we don't have any reason to doubt you, bud. We don't. So we're good. All right, shifting some gears and moving on to MLB. We had some pretty amazing news. You actually texted this to me before I even woke up today because Big Ben has been ringing all night long, and so I get my sleep when I can get it. But I'm going to kind of bring it in, and you can go ahead and bring in whatever you'd like to at that point. Kim Ng, named new Marlins GM. Hopefully I said that correctly. The first woman to hold the position in MLB history. The Miami Marlins announced today, Friday, that they have hired Kim Ng, hopefully I'm saying that right, as the new general manager, making her the first woman to be a GM in any Major League Baseball history and in any Major League American sports. What happened?
Yeah. The four main sports.
Yeah. A woman has never been a general manager of a professional sports team, period, until she was hired by the Miami Marlins today. Their COO is Caroline O'Connor. The Marlins' three highest-ranking officials are two women and an ex-shortstop, which is pretty awesome and hilarious at the same time. A couple things about Miss Kim. She does have 30-plus years of experience. She was with the White Sox organization between 90 and 96, the Yankees between 98 and 2001, with the Dyers from 2002 to 2011, and she's been in the MLB Commissioner's Office since then, 2011. She's been a part of organizations that have made 8 postseason appearances, 6 League Championship Series appearances, and 3 World Series champions. It's pretty amazing that this has finally happened. She's broken some barriers here. I mean, I don't know what else to say. You know what I mean? A statement from her. She entered Major League Baseball as an intern, and after decades of determination, it is under the honor of her career to lead the Miami Marlins as her next general manager. They are building, I'll quote her, "We are building for the long term in South Florida, developing a forward-thinking, collaborative, creative baseball operation made up of incredibly talented and dedicated staff who have, over the last few years, laid a great foundation for success. This challenge is one I don't take lightly. When I got into the business, it seemed unlikely a woman would lead a major league team, but I am dogged in the pursuit of my goals. My goal is to now bring a championship back to Miami. I am both humbled and eager to continue building the winning culture that our fans expect and deserve." I mean, talk about becoming a role model for girls or women everywhere, like that. You know what I mean? She's worked so hard to get where she's at now, and now she's breaking barriers.
I just think it's amazing. So I knew about her from a long time ago because you mentioned it like ever so subtly. She was with the Dodgers organization. That's where she got her first higher up position in the front office. So I knew about her. And then everybody kept on asking to interview her for positions after that when she was with the Dodgers. And the Dodgers knew they were going to lose her because the problem was the Dodgers weren't going to be ready to hire and move her up within the organization. So they kept giving her permission because she was such a good person. Like, she took care of everybody and really took care of business in-house. And everything I kept hearing about her from the Dodgers organization was like nothing but high praise, dude. Nothing but high praise. So I'm not surprised that she's the first one. When I heard that she got it, I was like, that's who I thought would get it. Just how, like, I think the coach from the San Antonio Spurs is going to be the first head coach, female head coach in a professional sport. I really think it's going to be her. I'm drawing a blank on her name right now, but she's
Becky
an
Hannon.
assistant. Huh?
Becky Hannon?
Yeah, Becky Hannon. Yeah. Hammond or Hannon? Hammond, right?
Hannon. With,
Yeah.
H-A.
So I think she's going to be the first coach to really become, first female to become a head coach in one of the four major sports. I just think it's happening everywhere, dude. Because I personally think it kind of started with Becky Hannon and out in the Spurs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Becoming a bench coach, and then I have no idea what her name is, but the linebackers coach, I believe, over in the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, and dude, you hear them talk, and those ladies, they know what's up, man. Like, you got to respect them because their knowledge is so profound. Like, it's really impressive.
I mean, they wouldn't be where they're at now if they didn't have the credentials or the ability to do the job that they're in right now, which is far more impressive because let's just take for the San Francisco 49ers. Obviously, she didn't play collegiate level football, but she still understands the scheme and how to coach these players to become better and to have an amazing defense. Before all of the injuries that happened to the 49ers, I mean, they were a very formidable defense.
Right. And see, and that's what I don't want to say nepotism, but I can't think of a better word right now. But think about this in baseball. You see it in baseball more than anywhere else, right? Mm-hmm. Think of like Robin Ventura and how he got handed the keys to be the White Sox manager without ever being a coach at any level, right?
Yeah.
Then we had Aaron Boone. Same thing. Got the keys to being the manager of the Yankees without ever being a manager at any level. Now, Boone is interesting because he has 3 generations of family in Major League Baseball. His grandfather was an all-star catcher. His dad was like an all-star player. I forgot what he was. And then him and his brother were obviously all-stars, right? Brett Boone. To me, Brett was a little better than Aaron. Brett had a better career, although Brett got caught with the juice at one point. But so that's like one. And then the latest one, the dude from the Cubs, the former catcher, I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. You remember his name? Dude from the Cubs, the current manager from the Cubs. But that dude's never coached a day in his life. Like, coached, not managed, but coached. And that dude went in and was a manager. And now we're starting to see it at the NBA level. Dude, Steve Nash has never been a coach at any level.
He was
as far as I know, maybe high school or whatever. Now that dude's the head coach of the Nets, right?
Yeah,
the Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Nets.
So they just get handed to them. While meanwhile, girls and stuff like that, they have to start from like being as an intern and stuff like that. Which actually I believe I saw as well too. And maybe you could touch on this. I don't think I saw it on here, but on our rundown. But the GM from the Angels. That dude started off as a bat boy.
He was.
That's pretty impressive. He moved up as like bat boy to like a dude that sold peanuts in the stands or something like that. And I'm joking, obviously. But he did start off as a bat boy and then moved his way up, dude. That was impressive.
Yeah, the Angels hired Perry Manassian. He's 40 years old. He was Braves assistant general manager during the 2020 season. He had he's been a part of the Atlanta's front office since 2017, and he spent 9 years before that with the Toronto Blue Jays as a scout or in the scouting department. So, I mean, he did work his way up. I mean, he reminds you a little bit of like Billy Beane, except he wasn't a player. Billy Beane was a player, became a scout, then became the GM. So,
and Billy Beane was like a number 1 overall pick too. That dude was like a dud. Yeah,
it happens though. It does happen. So new managers everywhere. At least we're getting to see these people that may not have had direct impact as far as playing the game, but people that are given the opportunity outside of that, and people are finally starting to look at maybe we need to look outside of just the 4 walls of the game or the diamond of the game, and let other people who may know some other things going on. Give them the opportunity to raise the level of play a little bit higher.
Yeah, I think it's just cool, man. And on top of that, obviously comes with what was I gonna say? Oh, I lost it. I hate one of those moments. Oh no, I know what I was gonna say. And this comes on the heels of us having the first VP in the United States. The vice president. Like, dude, this is just. Like, bro, we're breaking ground everywhere. Like, it is pretty impressive, man. Like, it's impressive, man. Makes me wish I had a daughter.
Well, I do, so who knows where we're going to go with that. So, moving on to some impressive names that are coming up for free agency this offseason, Artie. We're going to do a quick rundown of the biggest names out there at every position really quickly. In the right field, the top star, the top pick, or the top blue chip guy that people are going to try and go out there and get is Adam Eaton. They're saying second tier right now. Josh Reddick, Ryan Braun, Cameron Maben are all in the second tier. And then if you're buying low, Yasiel Puig is right there. Now, obviously, if you can get Adam Eaton, go get Adam Eaton. In the second tier, though, Josh Reddick, Ryan Braun, Cameron Maben, if you can get one guy there to help your team, who would you get, Artie?
Oh, man, I feel like you're missing a couple guys because I saw Jock Peterson tweet something, and I saw some dudes on there, and you didn't say any of those, and I'm like, oh.
Jock Peterson is on here. He's they have him under left fielders.
Yeah. I want to find his little tweet before I give you an answer.
Well, so what happens is they have everything broken down between like every position. So right field, center, left field. So there are like 9 outfielders that are on this list. We're just staring at right field.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Dude, so the number 1 outfielder on the list, if you ask me, is George Springer.
Okay. Once again, we're going right field, center, left field. Right now, we're just talking about the right fielders. George Springer is on this list. He's the number 1, I believe, center fielder that's on this list right now.
Right. So we're talking right fielder Jock right now, right?
Jock Peterson is a left fielder.
Oh, okay. Because Jock is the right field on this thing that I'm seeing right here.
Well, if you go to the link that I gave you, it shows Jock Peterson in the left field.
So here we go. So who was Adam Eaton?
So Adam Eaton supposedly is the top right field guy to get right now in free agency. Second tier, Reddick, Braun, and Maben. If you had to pick one of the guys in the second tier, if you guys couldn't get Adam Eaton, who would you prefer out in right field, Reddick, Braun, or Maben?
God, whoever's the cheapest, because we're just gonna fucking cut them anyways.
Well, if you're gonna go cheap route, Yasiel Puig is right there.
Fucking Puig it is, and man,
a reconnection between Puig and
yeah, those dudes aren't making our team. They ain't making it out of spring training if we happen to sign them.
Right on. I like that, Artie. Honesty and just how everything's like. It is though. It absolutely is.
I mean, technically, Eaton is the best of that bunch. To be honest, I mean, he's a slappy leadoff guy that has a good glove, but again, not much of an arm.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I guess. But he's not that good. He's all right.
All right, and in center field now, we do have the top guy that's out there right now is Mr. George Springer for the Astros, assholes.
Right.
So if we can get him, let's just say that. Second tier, they got Jackie Bradley Jr., Kevin Pillar, and Jake Marisnick. Some of the buy lows that they do have is Juan Lagares, Michael A. Taylor, Billy Hamilton, and Jared Dyson. Of the second tier being Bradley, Pillar, and Marisnick, if you needed to get somebody, obviously you don't need anybody right now, but who would be the one that you would go after as a GM mindset, not knowing that they're not having Mookie Betts right there?
So, well, they don't have Mookie there. Mookie plays right. Cody Bellinger plays center.
My bad.
But it's okay. You're an Angels fan. If it were me, I was an Angels fan, I would definitely go after Jackie Bradley and move Trout sorry ass over to right field. And we'll get into that in a little bit once we break down the Gold Gloves and why I call his sorry ass defensively. Because Jackie Bradley is an elite defender. Hey, I heard a rumor, though, that George Springer comes with a free trash can.
I believe it's 2 free trash cans.
Oh, okay. Well, I heard it's a trash can and a bat for something you hit it with.
Well, I heard the little buzzer on your collar as well.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's only if you pay up a little bit extra.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. He's really, I know you're skipping over him, but I would really want to talk about him more. I would take Bradley in a heartbeat because Bradley's an elite defender, dude. Mm-hmm. He's gonna give you whatever he gives you with the bat. He goes on hot and cold streaks like anything else because he's only a lefty hitter. And even that, again, he hits righties really well, like most lefties do, but then they struggle against lefty hitting, right? Mm-hmm. But he's an elite defender, dude. And again, I know you don't want to hear this, but Trout needs to move over to right field so he can concentrate more on hitting. He's not that good defensively in center field. I would take Jackie Bradley in a heartbeat in center field. And honestly, he might be rival Cody Bellinger out there in center field defensively. Obviously, you can't touch him offensively. Well, kind of this year he could because Cody wasn't that great. But for the most part, he probably can't touch him offensively. Defensively, he's right there, though, man. Like, he's among the best in baseball. He's pretty damn good. And what I want to talk about Springer is I really think it's interesting. Like, do you think he's going to have that stigma follow him into free agency? And a lot of people are going to be like, nah, bro, we don't want anything to do with you. Or they're going to be like, fuck it, he's too good. We'll take him and his baggage with him. Now, he was one of the dudes that wasn't like egging everybody on. Like the two main dudes, or three, I guess, technically, that kind of seem to be egging on is obviously dumbass Correa, right?
Yeah.
And then Bregman was kind of bad. And then probably Altuve, I guess. But Springer wasn't that bad. He wasn't like that in your face.
He kept his head down and was like, let me get out of here.
Yeah, and I think he knows because he was coming up on free agent. Like, man, I don't want to create or kill my market. What do you think? Do you think somebody's gonna like foresee and like say, oh, you know what, like all his issues are, you know, because he was part of the cheating scandal with the Astros. Do you think people are gonna like not really take that into account and still give him his big payday and somebody's gonna go after him, or do you think that's gonna hinder him a little bit? What do you think as a Dodger fan?
No, it's not going to hinder him.
No?
As a society, it's all about winning. They don't care how you win it.
I think if the Yankees pick him up, yeah, it's all about winning, and that's all that matters. But I do think the teams that are in that free agent pool that are looking for somebody like him, it's definitely going to shrink down. I don't know, man. The Astros put a black eye on baseball. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
yeah, as a Dodger fan,
and nothing happened to him, which is the biggest part of it. So I think Springer's going to be there. I think he's going to get picked up before the end of spring training or by spring training. But I think it's going to be. I think it might not be a contender. I think it might be somebody who's trying to build a team, and they're going to add him to it and going to get him at a little bit of a discount because of the stigma, because of what that's going to bring to your organization, because of what the fans are going to see or feel when he gets out on the field. Obviously, if you play well, people forget things. And this season was kind of the season for them to get shit on. Hopefully next season, there's still going to be a little animosity there, but I do think it's going to carry over into whatever team he goes to next.
So call me crazy, but
crazy.
I'm just going to throw out there the team I think that I think is going to use or get Springer is going to be the Washington Nationals, because they have kind of that gap of money left over from not re-signing Bryce Harper. Mm-hmm. They need a right-handed bat, an elite right-handed bat, and he is pretty elite when he's on, to partner up that's young enough with Juan Soto, who's lefty. Mm-hmm. Because if you think about it, who's he got over there in the Nationals, man? That's just like, he's got Trey Turner, but he's a leadoff guy, and you're gonna put him at the top. You need someone to give some protection to Juan Soto, either in front of him to like say, all right, he's got two dogs in front of him, so you got to pitch to him, or behind him. Springer has, I believe, been like a number 2-hole, 3-hole kind of hitter. So I'd be curious, but I believe having them at like, a righty-lefty combo in the middle of the lineup would make the most sense.
Yeah.
I think that's who has the money. I think that's who is one hitter away from contending again. Because once they lost Rendon this past year, they didn't really contend. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They had moments, but they didn't really contend. They have the pitching to contend. They just need one more hitter. And I think that's a dude that they probably target. And center field, probably a position they really need. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think he's going to get what he believes is a great payday, or do you think he's going to get enough for him to be like, all right, cool, let's go over there?
I hope that motherfucker makes $1 a day. Let me tell you. Let me just tell you.
I'm sure there's going to be plenty of stipulations. There's going to be plenty of little asterisks,
right,
intended, on his contract.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think he gets paid. I'm with Ken. I think the society is more like, And I think the fact that he stayed quiet, that's what the selling point's going to be. Whoever signs him, they're like, look, hey, you didn't see him pounding his chest about it. He understands what he did was wrong and blah, blah, blah. Like, they're going to find a way to spin it because he was so quiet about it. That's why I think Correa is going to stay with the Astros, and that who's going to sign for a good deal, because I think he's a free agent at the end of next year. Mm-hmm. But I think he signs a bigger deal and stays with the Astros, because that dude's like, oh, look, I'm Astros. And if that dude tries to go somewhere else, everybody's going to be like, no, thank you.
Black ball.
Like, we're good. yeah, we'll pass. We'll sign you for the veteran minimum. So that dude, I think, is going to end up signing for a team friendly deal. I think he still gets paid, but he'll sign for a team friendly deal with the Astros because I think he burned a lot of bridges in baseball. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And I think that dude, wait till that dude, wherever he goes, he's going to get the shit booed out of him once fans are there. They're not going to.
Absolutely. Moving on to left fielders, top star they're saying is Marcell Ozuna. Second tier, and I don't know if you want to call these guys second tier, but second tier guys that are on the market right now: Mr. Michael Brantley, Jock Peterson, Brett Gardner, Nick Markakis, and Robbie Grossman with a buy low on Domingo Santana.
I like buy low. Jeez.
Very much so on a buy low. Domingo Santana all day, twice on Sunday.
Yeah, he's definitely an angel for sure. Brandy's awesome, man. He's a professional hitter. Jeez Louise. Jock is what he is. He's a right-handed killer that steps up in the playoffs. Obviously he was almost an angel. He thinks it's lucky stars that he was not an angel. But I think that dude goes. I don't think Jock re-signs with the Dodgers. I think he goes to free agency and someone's going to hire him and overpay for him. But he's going to be a dude that, knocks in 30 home runs and doesn't crack 100 RBIs, but gets in the 80s and hits, 240, 250. And he plays a solid defense, man. He's a solid defender. Very solid. I think underrated defender, if you ask me. Again, he's not a Gold Glove or anything, but, we're talking solid. He's not he's not Marcell Ozuna, who's brutal on defense,
Yeah,
that dude.
What do you think about Markakis?
Huh?
Or
Markakis.
Yeah.
Markakis, yeah, but he's old as dirt, so it's damn, how many hits that dude have on it? And he's a slappy, he grinds out at bats, and he still is, I believe he's the active leader in most games played without making it to a World Series. So most games played and most hits in a career without making it to a World Series. He had 2000, around there. I forgot what it was, the exact number. But I like him. He's a grinder. He's a old school ball player. He's a lefty that plays solid defense and a slappy. He's never going to crack 20 home runs again. You're lucky if you're getting 15 out of him.
Right. Let's look at some.
I'll take Jock.
Who was that? You'll take Jock?
I would take Jock and Brantley. If I had to pick one or the other, I just think Jock's still kind of closer to his prime. He's still young, So I'd rather take those dudes. Brantley's never been a good defender. He has a little bit of a noodle for an arm,
Let's look at some DHers, designated hitters. Since they're not bringing back the universal DH to the National League, these are all American guys, or American League guys, I'd say. The top, not prospect, but the top guy that they're saying is going to be the one that gets paid the most will be Mr. Nelson Cruz. Second tier, they're saying Edwin Encarnacion. And then they're going buy low on Shin-Soo Choo, Jay Bruce, and Yoenis Cespedes. Yoenis Cespedes, I get it. You're buying low. You're hoping he does some things here and there, but you're not really buying him to take you to the playoffs.
He's got a black mark on his name.
Yeah, Shin-Soo Choo, he came out during the playoffs, showed up. Is he gonna continue that going forward?
Wait. Are you thinking? I think you're thinking of G-Man Choi.
Oh, G-Man Choi. I was thinking about G-Man Choi. I apologize.
Yeah, funny. I know. I was confused though. Seriously, I know you're not saying that, Brett. I'm not.
I got you.
But you were confused. Shin-Soo Choo was with the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
I would say he's beyond his prime, bro. He's not done, but he's a older veteran that you're not gonna buy on him. Who do we have in that? Nelson Cruz, bro. That dude keeps defying age, man. He was at 40-something this year, cracking home runs still left and right. That was impressive.
Do you think he keeps
I'd roll the dice with that dude again, to be honest. I would roll the dice.
On a 1-year contract, 2-year contract? How many years?
Yeah. Broomstick! That's what that dude's known for. He brings a broomstick and fucking knocks the ball out of the park. Who else we have in that tier?
It was Nelson Cruz, Edwin Encarnacion, Shin-Soo Choo, Jay Bruce, and Yoenis.
Jay Bruce, man, I don't know, bro. I don't got a good feeling about him no more. But I do think Edwin Encarnacion, he reminds me of a younger version, not much younger, but a younger version of Nelson Cruz, where he just goes out there, you know what you're gonna get. That dude's just up there to drop bombs. That's all. And his little parrot thing, you know, carrying around the bases. That's always funny. Because I thought it was funny. You know how this year you could hear like the inner squads. They're like, "Show us a parrot," because he was running one time. He hit a home run in like inner squad, and he didn't do the parrot thing, right? Because there were no fans and it wasn't like the opposition and stuff. And then one of his teammates yelled, "Show us a parrot!" And that dude did it like halfway, and he went like, "All right," he did the parrot thing, you know. But anyways, if I had to buy a dude and invest on dude, that is probably gonna be him because he's not too old, he's not too young, and he is what you want as a DH. Like he's a dude that just goes out there and takes daddy hacks. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Marcell Ozuna, you're gonna pay for that dude, and I think Nelson, same thing. I think that dude's like, you know what? Give me a 1-year contract for $20 million. You know, like I'm cool with that. Like he's fine with 1-year contracts. You know?
Right. Because he keeps, as you said, defying time.
He is.
All right. Moving on to the first baseman. Top guy out there, Mr. Carlos Santana. Not the musician, but the first baseman. Second tier, they're saying C.J. Cron, former Angel there, Mitch Moreland, and Jed Gurko, I believe it is.
Oh, Jed Gurko, okay.
And then buying low on Howie Kendrick, Eric Thames, and Ryan Zimmerman. So obviously we're going with you can't get Carlos Santana. You got to pick somebody else from the other bunch. So who else are you looking at? We already know Carlos Santana is the number one guy there, but who else are we looking at getting?
Who was the second name you said? I think I liked him.
Mitch Moreland, Jed Gurko, and then C.J. Croner in that second tier.
Yeah. I like Mitch Moreland, man. I don't know why. I just like that dude. I like Mitch Moreland. Gurko never panned out. He's a right-handed hitter that he was actually a second baseman. I just don't think he's that good, to be honest. I believe he was playing with the Cardinals last year. I just not impressed. I would go Mitch Moreland. There was one other name you named in there.
It was Mitch Moreland, C.J. Cron, Jed Gurko, Howie Kendrick, and Eric Thames.
C.J. Cron, I don't know, man. I think he was playing in Arizona where he had a kind of good year, and the ball just kind of flies out of there in the summer.
Yeah. I
think that dude was like kind of one-hit wonder. I mean, if you send that dude to like Colorado or something like that where the ball just flies, sure. But I mean, at Dodger Stadium, the ball don't exactly fly out of there. That's more of a pitcher's park. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man, I don't want anything to do with them. I think Mitch Moreland, man. I especially if you're an Angels fan, you got that kind of short right field. And now that they put the yellow line for the scoreboard, to be a home run if you hit it. I get the Angels suck, so they got to do something to bring in the fans. Home runs or something. Like change it up. Like I would too. Add a couple extra home runs to Trout's career. Fuck it, whatever you gotta do.
Jesus Christ, man! I can't take you anywhere.
Cheers. See, Ken likes it. He thinks it's funny.
Whatever. All right, moving into the second basemen that are out there. Top stars, what they're calling Mr. DJ LeMahieu. Second tier, they're calling Tommy La Stella, Cesar Hernandez, Jonathan Schoop, Colton Wong, Jurickson Profar, Enrique Hernandez. And they're buying low on Jonathan Villar, Jason Kipnis, Brian Dozier, and Joe Panik.
Wow. I like Jonathan Villar. We're buying low, bro. Jeez, I like that guy. He's a switch hitter who runs really well. God, I'll take that dude all day, man, if we're buying low on somebody. Like, jeez. He's really good. Really, really good. I'm a little partial Kike because obviously he did some real good things for us, right?
Uh-huh.
I think he's going to go. I think he's going to sign some big money somewhere. He's got his first baby on the way, so I think it's time for him to cash in.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's already had a 20 home run season for the Dodgers. I think he's capable of 30 home runs. But he's one of those dudes that swings for the fences. He's going to hit 250 and maybe 30 bombs and 80 RBIs, But he plays spectacular defense, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's a Swiss Army knife. You could put him anywhere. That dude pitched for the Dodgers,
Yeah.
Like, you could put him anywhere. The only position he hasn't played, obviously, for the Dodgers is catcher. But, I mean, he pitched, he played first, he played second, short, third, and all the outfield positions. Like, dude, obviously, needless to say, I'm a big fan of Kike. Again, he is what he is. He's a 250 hitter that's going to drop maybe 30 bombs if you play him every single day with close to 80 RBIs. Depending where you hit him on the lineup, he could crack 100, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that good, to be honest, like for 100 RBIs. But I think 80 is a probably solid number. But if I had to take one dude from there based on price and stuff like that, I'm going to take Jonathan Villar. Because switch hitting, second baseman / shortstop, they're hard to come by. With speed, speed doesn't take the day off. So I really like that. DJ's insane. I mean, DJ should get a fat contract somewhere, dude. He already denied the initial offer by the Yankees or whatever for like 1 year, 22 mil or something like that. But yeah, he should get a fat contract. He's the first dude in Major League history to win a batting title in both leagues, man. Like, yeah, cash in, bro.
Moving on to the shortstops, top guy out there, Mr. Marcus Semien. Second tier, Didi Gregorius, Andrelton Simmons, and Freddie Galvis, with a buy low on Iker Adrizana and Adeni Echeverria.
I'll stay away from the buy lows and give me a little Didi, man. I think Didi's pretty damn good. I want nothing to do with Simmons, especially after that dude bitched out on your team.
Yeah, I think that's going to hurt him in free agency. It doesn't show cohesiveness with your team, loyalty, sticking with it. I think it's gonna hurt him.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with him. I think he's all right at hitting. Obviously, he's a solid defender. He's had some injury issues these past couple years. Again, I don't like that. That's the whole reason I don't like Cespedes. I don't care whether he's an Angel. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't like Cespedes, and he's a Met, because he did that. And at least Simmons told the team. That dude, Cespedes, just left in the middle of the night. Remember that?
Yeah, well, Simmons didn't tell the team until after the fact. He put out a press release, but he never really told the team why he left or where he was. He just kind of was gone.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, same boat as Cespedes. Want nothing to do with that dude. But I like Didi. Sir Didi, they call him, right?
Yeah.
I really like Didi. I think, I don't know about max contract or anything like that. But, he's a solid player, bro. I like that dude.
I think Evan calls him Didi Glorious. What is it? Gregorius.
That's funny.
But or Gorgeous Gregorius is what he calls him.
Okay.
Look at you, shortstop. We're looking at third baseman now. Your big boy right there. He got the COVID at the end of the game, but he still did amazing. Mr. Justin Turner is the number one third baseman on the market, according to the Bleacher Report and the standings. Second tier, they're calling Jake Lamb, Todd Frazier, Asdrubal Cabrera, and Mr. Brad Miller, with a buy low on Marwin Gonzalez and Brock Holt. Who you taking? Obviously, if you can, you're keeping Justin Turner, but if you can't, who you getting?
My fellow Titan, baby. That's right. We're wearing my sweater today, right? Fullerton baseball here. I know the fans, obviously, our fans can't see that. But JT's a little older. I actually would stay away from him, to be honest. I hope. I don't think the Dodgers re-sign him. I think he maybe cashes in somewhere. He should really go to an American League team where he could DH here and there. He's a solid defender, dude. He's not a Gold Glover, and he makes a lot of really good plays. But he messes up on some routine ones here and there. But he's a very good defender. He's just getting older, bro. So if you're going to give him a 3-year contract, he needs to go to the American League where he could DH because he's a solid hitter. He gives you, as they call in the biz, professional at-bats. You know what I'm saying? So you can't take that. I would take in the second tier for sure Jake Lamb, bro, because he's still young. He had a really off year this past year, and then he went over with Oakland. And he did all right. He filled in admirably. Mm-hmm. So I'll take him, dude. I wouldn't want to give up on like a young guy. I think, he was a dude that I want to say he had high 20s, maybe low 30s home run one year and was an all-star. So I definitely will take Jake Lamb on that. If I had to pick one dude from that group, even over my Justin Turner, I would take Jake Lamb.
Right on. Let's see here. Getting into the catchers, big names coming up right here. Not the biggest names, but pretty big, I guess you want to call it that. Where'd he go? Sorry, I had it right here. JT Realmuto. We got second tier. We got Yadier Molina, Wilson Ramos, James McCann, Jason Castro, Mike Zunino, and Kurt Suzuki with a buy low on Robinson Chirinos and Tyler Flowers and Alex Avila.
Why I mean, JT's a stud, bro. Absolute stud in the prime of his career. I would want him. Molina's, I can't believe Molina's a free agent, but Molina's obviously at the tail end of his career. Still solid defensively, but I mean, bro, I'd love to see him and Pujols in a foot race. See who wins that one, you know? And
I think my boy Big Ben here beats Pujols the first.
Yeah, man. Oh, damn.
At a week old.
Jeez. I don't even know, dude. Zunino was impressive with his defensive skills in the World Series. Like, I was really impressed with him. He's a dude that goes up there and takes daddy hacks, you know? Again, just looking for the home run every single time. He's barely going to hit above 200.
But when he connects, he connects.
But, yeah, he connects. But, man, he could block a ball, bro. Like, geez Louise.
So
he was
you going
impressive.
with Zunino then?
I would spend the money and get JT, be honest. Real Muto. This is one, because some of the other dudes, I'm like, oh, I don't know. I think we could, like, get good value. But I think here is where I would spend the money on JT. I would spend the money.
So you spent the money on JT, so that means you can't get Trevor Bauer now, who is the top pitcher. Second tier, we got Masahiro Tanaka, Charlie Morton, Dejan Walker, Garrett Richards, Adam Wainwright, Rick Porcello, Jake Arrieta, and Mike Fiers. They got a buy low on Corey Kluber, Chris Archer, Jake Odorizzi, Mike Leake, Anthony Del Schifani, Aaron Sanchez, and finally Colin McHugh. You got to pick up two pitchers here, and you don't get Trevor Bauer. Who you got?
Easy money. Give me Kluber, bro. Kluber. Buy low, Kluber.
That's what they got him under. Buy low. Corey Kluber on buy low.
In a heartbeat. I'll pay that dude because he's hurt for a year, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give him a year to sit out and recover, and then you come back next year and win me a Cy Young, bro. Like, man, that dude's legit. I'm taking Bauer in a heartbeat. I'm Bauer. Kluber.
Who else you got? You got to take two.
The second tier, remind me who the second tier was?
Second here, we got Tanaka, Morton, Walker, Garrett Richards, Adam Wainwright, Porcello, Jake Arrieta, and Mike Fiers.
Oh.
I like Fiers a little bit. I don't want Garrett still got the gas, but I don't know if that would be a reunion I want to see.
Jeez, I'm leaning towards Morton, man. Are we talking like multi-year deal or like 1 year deals?
At least two.
Dude, okay, I'll take Charlie, bro, because he's got the experience. I know the Dodgers smacked him around a little bit, but man, he did really well against Houston in that series. I just think the Dodgers hit righties really well, so he didn't look as good as he could have if it was another team other than and the Braves. I think the Braves would have smacked him around too. But yeah, I'll take Charlie. If I had to pick two dudes that I'm rolling with, I'm taking Charlie Morton and Kluber. Kluber's easy money, bro. Easy money.
Right on. All right, those are the big names that are out there. I don't want to get into all the relief pitching because there's like fucking 40 names that are on there. We just wanted to go with the main heads right there. But yeah, that kind of breaks down the biggest names in free agency right now. Artie, I know you want to get into the Gold Glove winners, and you're going to rub it in my face. For some other things, and then the award winners for Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, and MVP for both the American League and the National League.
We're just gonna go over some of the things in terms of who are you surprised at won, okay? And I dare you to name this dude what team he plays on. I'm not gonna tell you what team. So let's start in the American League first base, right? Because that's who's first on the list over here that I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
The winners for the National League, American League was Evan White, and the National League was Anthony Rizzo. What team does Evan White play for?
The Twins?
Nope. He's interdivision. I'll give you a hint.
He's in my division?
Yep.
The Texans?
Texans? That's football, bro.
Sorry, Texas Rangers.
Nope.
Who?
Seattle Mariners.
Oh man, poor guy. He's not.
I was really surprised, bro. I was really surprised that dude. It was his first career Gold Glove. I was surprised to see he won it. Matt Olson was the reigning two-time Gold Glove recipient, and he didn't get it. The American League. All right, here comes another one. These two are probably surprise picks as well, too. Cesar Hernandez and Colton Wong. Okay? Caesar for the American League and Colton for the National League. Colton, I have a feeling you know what team he plays for.
St. Louis.
Okay. Cesar Hernandez, who does he play for?
Cleveland?
Yes!
Ah!
Good
Yeah!
Good job. Shot in the dark. Shot in the dark. Boom!
I hit, though. I hit.
There you go. Looking like Kevin Costner out there. There you go.
Woo-wee.
All right. A couple first-timers again. A lot of first-timers on here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. American League, J.P. Crawford.
Uh-huh.
And National League, Javi Baez. Yes, Javi Baez is up.
Oh, we're talking shortstop.
Yeah, shortstop.
Okay. Because the first name I was like...
Okay, so Javi Baez, we obviously know who he plays for, right?
Chicago Cubs.
Okay. Chicago Cubs. J.P. Crawford, who's he play for? Ken doesn't know either. He's like, damn. Ken's over here Googling it. He's trying to I would have known, obviously. I do know these dudes, but I was surprised that they won. But I do know these
I'm going to go with... who's in the Central? The Twins?
Wrong.
Fuck, I don't know, bro. Who?
He's in interdivision.
Son of a bitch. We'll go with Seattle again.
Yes,
Seattle.
Seattle.
Oh, shut up!
Seattle. Doesn't count because you got it wrong the first time.
Doesn't matter.
Not going to ring the bell on that one. All right, here we go. Third base. Another one that's going to fucking surprise you. Okay, one that isn't. Okay, National League, Nolan Arenado.
Oh, of course.
Right, for the Colorado Rockies. And in the American League, Isaiah Kinner Falefa.
Next.
Who's he playing
Next.
for? Come on.
I don't know who the fuck
Give
is
me a
Kenny
guess.
Fla.
Give me a guess.
Is he in my division again?
Give me a guess.
Is he in my
And you
division
can't-
again?
I can't give you a hint without you throwing a guess.
Fuck. The White Sox.
He's in your division,
Son
sir.
of a bitch. He's not on the Astros. He's
No.
Let's go with Texas.
Yes, the Texas
Oh, shut
Rangers.
the fuck up.
Texas
I would just
Rangers.
went from one or the other.
Right?
Golly. Give me somebody I know.
All right. And Nolan won the platinum, by the way. I think it's like his 5th platinum,
Oh, nice.
which is impressive. All right, left fielders. Okay. Again, you might not know one of these two. The American League winner is Alex Gordon.
Kansas
Who's he
City.
play for?
Kansas City.
Yeah. And here's the other one. You might not know this one. I think you will, but you might not. Tyler O'Neill.
St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Well
Fuck
done,
yeah.
sir.
That's 2.
All right. Yeah.
I got 2.
Alex Gordon's impressive because I believe that's his 2nd platinum Gold Glove. Because he was the American League winner for the platinum winner. And what's cool is he's retiring this year, so he goes out with a bang. How many did he win? He took his eighth Gold Glove in total, and I believe it was his 2nd platinum. And he had won 4 in a row. 4 in a row. He had 2 years where he ran 4. But you know what? The 1 year where he didn't win it, he was hurt. So like he could have had a string together.
Yeah.
He had 4. He got hurt 1 year, and then he had another 4. All right, here we go. I think you'll know both of these. Center field. American League is Luis Robert.
Kansas City. I mean, not Kansas City. Chicago White Sox. The White Sox.
Chicago White Sox. You heard it. You heard it, right? Right. Wrong.
But he
Yeah, he knew. Ken's giving you a slide, bro. He's
Yeah.
giving
Hey,
a
you know
slide.
the only reason I know that one? The only reason I know that one, one of our followers on Instagram, he's a big Chicago White Sox guy, and he posts nothing but Chicago White Sox memes and shit like that. So when he won it, he posted a bunch of White Sox, and because it was
That
the
is
White
legit,
Sox.
though.
So,
real good.
so I was like, I knew the name. That's the only reason
He
why.
reminds me of Bo Jackson, man. That dude reminds me of Bo Jackson. Like, he hits like 250, I think is what he ended up hitting with a lot of bombs, and he hits it really far.
Mhm.
And then he has crazy range, and he's big as hell, dude. Like, he reminds me of Bo Jackson, right? I think he could develop. Everybody's talking about he's a baby Trout, right? I think he could develop into Trout, but man, that batting average, like, man, you got to work on that. And the National League winner is Trent Grisham.
San Diego. Watched a lot
Yes.
of him during the
Oh, okay.
playoffs.
I thought one of those two you might not know, right?
Okay.
So Grisham beat out my dude, Cody Bellinger.
Mm-hmm.
And Trout, let me tell you, sir, I have to throw this out there because I was really surprised. And I don't think I'll be with you anymore on that Trout train anymore. Trout was rated as the worst defensive center fielder based on like the cybermetrics that they used to determine all these things. I was really surprised because I was like, damn, like, dude, like, did Trout like get snubbed? I was kind of like you, like, man, at least put him in the top 3, you know, as a finalist, blah, blah, blah. Bro, and then I clicked on it and I said, man, I want to see the center fielders here. Bro, in dead last in SDI, which is, I don't know what the hell it is, basically just runs saved, right?
Yeah, defensive run saved.
Yeah, okay. Luis Roberts was at 5.6 over Byron Buxton, which I could see for sure. Ramon Laureano, who has a cannon. Kevin Kiermaier. Those are all dudes are legit outfielders, man. Those top 4, like legit, dude. And Trout's at negative 4.9, bro. The next closest to Trout is at 4. So Trout's almost a full run above the next dude. Yeah, man. It's time to move that dude to right field.
He's a liability.
He's a liability, bro. Let him hit. But he can hit a ball.
How many errors did Trout have in the last 5 seasons?
Bro, you're an outfielder. You could shade the ball and let it fall, and if you don't touch it, it's not an error. And that's the problem is Trout can't get to the balls that he used to anymore. Don't get me wrong. I think at one point I'm with you, man. Trout got robbed of being a finalist, maybe a Gold Glover, right? But he don't got that range no more, bro. He's too bulky, you know. Like he don't got that range. Time to move over to right field, bro. Go get yourself another hitter. You know the Angels, they like to get themselves them heaters.
Oh,
those heaters. They like the heaters. We don't need pitching. We got slug you 12 or 10. Go get yourself a center. Adam Eaton, I heard, is available, bro. Go get him. All right, that was my little spell. I was just surprised, Brent. I was surprised that Trout was dead last, right? 4.9. Because I'm like, okay, I'm going to see Trout around I really thought around the 5 range, right? And then I saw the top 4, and I'm like, dude, the top 4 are legit, right? Like, they're legit dudes. I felt bad that Kiermaier wasn't even a finalist, and that dude's already won 2 Gold Gloves, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, all right, yeah, Trout's going to have a hard time there. But, bro, 4.9? Come on, man. Time to go right field. Speaking of right fielders, okay, you're going to know both of these names. Joey Gallo.
Texas.
And Mookie Betts.
He plays for the Boston Red Sox.
Did.
The Dodgers. Yes, I know you're Mookie Betts.
The Dodgers. And put some respect on the name. That's a World Championship Dodgers. Thank you very much. I can.
I'm going to have to hear this shit.
Were you the one with the fireworks?
That's right. All right. You're not gonna know these two. You might know maybe one, but you ain't gonna know the other one. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Damn sure. The winners at catcher, okay, is Roberto Perez in the American League. Who's he play for?
Pass.
No pass. You have to think that.
Shit. Twins.
See, logic. I would use logic in this case here, Brent. What is one theme? What is one theme that you've had all night when you didn't know?
The Rights division?
They were all
Mexican?
Enter
the Dragon?
Divisional
opponents?
Yeah, so I would use logic, right?
Cleveland.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
you're right.
Shit!
But that's,
Okay,
that's
cool.
not using logic. I was trying to steer you away and trick you, sir.
I was trying to figure out, like, okay, who did we play?
Interdivision would be Texas, Seattle, and Houston, sir.
Whatever,
And then
bro.
you said Cleveland. He went again. Brent takes 2 shots in the dark and gets it right. Yeah. Like he's using a gun for the first time.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Yeah, you're right. So that's one. Okay, and this next one you ain't gonna know. Tucker Bernhardt.
Purple. I don't know, dude. I have no idea who that is. I have no idea.
Right, I knew you wouldn't know that one. Central Division.
National League. Who do we have over there? Cincinnati. We have. Who else is over there in the National League? The Cubbies. Is it one of those two?
I don't know. Find out. You gotta give me a fine answer.
Chicago.
Oh, you had it right at Cincinnati, the very first one.
Suck a fatty, bro. Suck a fatty.
All right, here we go. Only thing for the Angels to cheer about this year, we have a winner in the big postseason awards. The AL winner for starting pitchers Gold Glove is, I'll let you announce it, Brett.
Griff Canning!
Attaboy. Good job, Griffin Canning.
Mm-hmm.
The only Angel to make a finals for anything, and to win it.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Griffin Canning from the Angels. And you're going to know the other dude, Max Fried from Atlanta.
From Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah, so that was impressive. That was pretty good.
Right on.
So I like it. All right, let's get into the postseason awards. I think these are pretty cool. And I think I got some little commentary on each one. Let's talk with the rookies of the year.
All right, we got Kyle Lewis in Seattle, and we got Devin Williams for Milwaukee.
So I think it's really cool because it's the first set of African-American winners for the first time rookies of the year that have won since I believe I saw the stat was 1986.
Oh, excellent.
And I think I saw Devin Williams post something says, if we want more minorities in the game, they have to see us out there in the game. So it's a big deal for them to win.
Yeah.
Kyle Lewis was also a unanimous winner. That was really impressive. What was not impressive was Devin Williams was 2 votes away from winning unanimously, right? The 2 votes he did not get were from local beat writers. Dudes that cover the Milwaukee Brewers did not vote him as first place. I don't know who the votes went to, but that is an absolute slap in the face, bro.
Somebody got rubbed the wrong way.
Yeah, bro. That's wrong, bro. That is wrong. Because he was by far the winner. By far. It wasn't even a doubt. That dude went and set all kinds of records for strikeouts because he had a stupid, ridiculous. He walked 2 guys and had 60 strikeouts or something. It was something stupid. His numbers were ridiculous. He should have won that running away. He should have even, I don't even know if it came out, but no, and he didn't win it. I think it was, who won it? But the closer of the year. And you know what? Technically, because he's not the closer, he's the setup guy. The lefty Hader is the closer on his team. So that's probably why he didn't win it. But the closer of the year, he could have won that if he was in that particular situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyways, I thought that was cool. The first time since 1986 that 2 African Americans win the award. I thought that was really cool.
Right on.
Any thoughts on that?
That's very. It's great to see where the game's going. The diversity that who are playing in the game. That's awesome. I'm surprised to hear that that's the first time in the history of the game that both rookie of the years are African American. But I am glad it happened.
I didn't say the first time. It's the first time since 86.
Oh, since 86. Well, still, yeah. I mean, for a lot of people out there, 86 was eons ago.
Bro, that was the year before my wife was born.
I was 5.
She wasn't even alive. When that last happened. All right, next one. I thought this one was a runaway, but I think there is some interesting points to it. Cy Young winners are Trevor Bauer of Cincinnati and
question.
Shane Bieber of
Cleveland.
They were both teammates last year at one point. And I think it's really interesting that Trevor Bauer, like you said, he's a California boy, went to UCLA. And Trevor Bauer is a free agent.
He is.
Where do you think he lands, Brent?
Where do I think or where do I want him to land?
We all know he's probably incoming,
New
but
York.
where do we think?
Yeah,
see? I'm kind of with Han on that one.
Where?
New York.
Why, Han? Tell me why.
They got the money.
That's simple.
Show me the money.
The man of a few words says it very simply.
They
Why?
got the money.
Show me the money. Well, you know what? The Angels have the money too.
We do.
They're not gonna
Really
spend it.
do. I hope. I mean, he put it out there to a lot of different fan bases. Like, tell me why I should be at your team. Or tell me why I should take my talent to you guys. And I would love to have him with the Angels, but unfortunately, I do feel like he's going to go somewhere like New York, somewhere like Boston, somewhere a big market team that has that money that's going to be able to spend it. He is from the West Coast though, so he may be leaning a little bit more towards like the Dodgers, the Padres.
No, don't take it.
The Angels. Lord, please help me.
I don't think he goes to Dodgers or Padres. I think the Padres are pretty set with their staff. I think the Dodgers are.
Well, the Padres are losing Garrett Richards because he's a free agent now, so they do have. I mean, they have room to put somebody in the rotation, and he's going to go right to number one.
They have Clevenger, bro. Lement and Clevenger at the top of that.
They could be number 2 and number 3 with Bauer being number 1. Imagine having 1, 2, 3 like that.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, especially with all that money they have tied up in Manny Machado's punk ass. You know, yeah, I don't see that San Diego happening. I really hope for your sake that the Angels throw a lot of money at him. But I mean, the Angels tried to throw a lot of money at Garrett Cole, and he didn't want it, right?
Well,
and
the Yankees threw a lot more.
Yeah, New York overbid. So now, call me crazy, but New York, because they invested so much money in Garrett Cole, you think they're gonna invest that much more in Trevor Bauer?
I think that they invest what they need to get a championship.
1 year.
They have.
Here's what I think. I think he probably goes to like a Chicago, bro. The White Sox.
The White
Like
Sox.
they're one
contenders.
one legit arm from having like a 1-2 combo because Lucas Giolito or whatever on Dallas Cooksale or whatever his name is too. He's obviously the number 3 because he's a finesse pitcher. But imagine having Lucas and Trevor as a 1-2, bro. That team's young.
Yeah,
that team's young, and they have the money to do it and a big enough market to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, and he pitched in that division, so he would feel comfortable pitching in that division because he was with Cleveland before.
I hope the Angels do throw a bunch of money at him, but I hope they don't overpay. But
you're gonna have to overpay to get a free agent.
Knowing the Angels, they will overly overpay.
Overly overpay, yeah, right? Yeah, probably. But at least he's in his prime if you're gonna pay, right?
Yeah. Don't give a Pujols thing. And then obviously this is Pujols' last year on the contract. So we definitely have money coming in that's gonna be freed up for more things down the line.
So Pujols and Hamilton are finally coming off the books.
Hamilton came off this last year.
Forgot about Hamilton,
right?
Hamilton came off this year.
Oh, he came off this past year. So
okay,
all right.
Damn.
Hey, Dodgers is still paying Darren Dryford, so I didn't, can't complain.
The Yankees are still paying. What's his name?
Vernon Wells.
Vernon Wells. The Yankees are still paying Vernon Wells.
Shit, the Mets are still playing Bobby Bonilla.
I know, Bobby Bonilla Day.
Bonilla Day, July 1st, 2nd.
Yeah, you're right. July 1st.
$1 million every time.
Right? That dude's like, check, please.
All right, moving on to the MVPs.
Getting into the MVPs again, I don't think it was a surprise for either one. We got Freddie Freeman of Atlanta and Jose Abreu of the Chicago White Sox. I think both were runaways. They pulled away at the end. Freddie, to me, was really impressive because, remember, he started the year on the COVID list. As far as I remember, I could be wrong, but he was the first big name, not first name, big name player to have COVID. And then he came back and he started off a little slow and his team was doing all right. And then, bro, that dude carried that team. He won the batting title. Like, he was amazing. They were one game away from making the World Series. Of course, he ran into a buzzsaw in there, but dude, he was impressive. And let me tell you, little side note here, I covered him when I was still a sports writer while he was in high school. He went to Villa Park High School in Orange County. And I covered him when Villa Park played Tustin High School, which was one of the schools I covered. Of course, I didn't know he was going to do what he did because he wasn't even that big of a name in high school at that time. But still, I did cover him while he was there. Can't say I remember him.
You never know who you know until you know him when you knew him.
Right? And Jose Abreu is really cool because my former student who played for the Chicago White Sox this past year made his major league debut, Bernardo Flores, was teammates with Jose Abreu for, 2 weeks, I think, this past year. And that was pretty cool, too, to see that Jose Abreu won that, you know?
Right on. Fucking A. There was no surprise there on the MVP list. I know a lot of people are, a lot of loud Dodger fans are out there going, Mookie got the MVP stolen from him. But I honestly do think Freddie Freeman deserved it.
You can't.
Right. Yeah, and I agree. See, Hong's a man of few words, right? And I don't know if you heard that, right? But he said if you include the playoffs, sure, but you can't.
Exactly.
Right? I would agree. But here's the thing. If you ask me as a Dodger fan, I'm really sad to see that Corey Seager was not a finalist or at least mentioned or talked about a little bit more. Corey Seager had a hell of a year, bro. I believe Corey Seager finished top 5 in batting average. He was in I could be wrong.
He was in a lot of the top 5 lists.
Dude, he was home runs, and that's how he missed. Remember, he got hurt, and that's what I think cost him a chance at winning the MVP. And Mookie played throughout, and obviously Mookie plays a Gold Glove right field. Corey Seager plays a very good shortstop, but he doesn't play a Gold Glove shortstop because you don't see Corey Seager laying out, doing all these miraculous plays. He just gets whatever he gets his hands to. He usually is pretty secure about making the throw. You got to remember. That dude's 2 years away, or I think it's 2 years away from Tommy John surgery. He had elbow surgery, bro, and he's still playing shortstop, a prime position.
Mm-hmm.
He had a really good year. A prime position where they hit you. Ground balls are a hell of a lot harder to catch than fly balls.
You never know how they're going to bounce.
You never know, okay? Because fly balls, you play them, okay? Ground balls, you play them, but they can play you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I was a little sad that he wasn't there. I'm fine. I think Freddie earned it. I really think Freddie earned it. It's funny because one of my students, which I actually have in the background, you can kind of see in the picture there, he's a big Atlanta fan, Chris Enriquez, right? And Chris, I texted him this morning hey, congratulations that Freddie Freeman won it. And I don't know if you know, bro, but Freddie Freeman looks exactly like the kid from Home Alone, the brother, Buzz.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He looks exactly like him, bro. He's like, oh, man, who would have, I saw some memes saying, who would have thought Buzz would have grown up to be the MVP of the National League, right?
That's awesome.
That shit was funny. But anyways, I text him a meme, right? And I say, hey, seriously, though, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. He's like, hey, do you really think Mookie got robbed? I said, nah, man, they made the right call with Freeman. Mookie had a good year. He didn't have a spectacular year. And I was more impressed with the year Corey Seager had than Mookie. I think Mookie by far was the missing piece for the Dodgers, but that doesn't mean he was the MVP. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
He was kind of like the glue to the Dodgers, but I don't know, man. I think Mookie was kind of he reminded me a little bit of a Kirk Gibson type of thing when they won it back in '88,
mm-hmm.
where he was the glue to that team and he had a good year and he had solid numbers. But maybe he wasn't the most spectacular, and he ended up winning, the MVP that year. I really think Corey Seager was the dude this year.
Right on. That covers all of baseball, guys. We only got one more sport to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
It's some NFL football. Are you ready for some football?
Do it.
Question of the week before we get anywhere. This is the AKA Stump Artie. I'm 2 for 2 so far.
Wait, didn't I get one?
No.
Wait a second, sir. I might be two for 3.
No, I'm 2 for 2 there, guy. So the question of the week is, who has a record for catches without a drop, and how many? Hint, the total's 143 and counting. He's still playing right now. Somebody has a record of 143 catches without a drop. Who is that?
Damn.
Currently playing right now, too.
Can I get a hint here?
I did. It's 143. He plays in the United States for the NFL.
Give me NFC or AFC at least.
NFC.
Shit, I don't even know who's in the NFC or AFC. Damn it. I don't know. The dude that comes to my head in terms of he has sticky hands, it's got to be a dude. It's Larry Fitzgerald?
Fuck!
Yep, I was going to think that
You got it. Larry Fitzgerald has not dropped the ball. Larry Fitzgerald has not dropped the ball since 2017. Since 2017, Larry Fitzgerald has caught all 143 passes that were thrown his direction.
That bro's got spidey hands, man. He's got spidey hands.
He does. All right, here's the bonus question. Who has the most catches without a drop this season going into this weekend? Top 4 names. You give me 2 of them.
it's the most catches.
Shit, well, you got to name them for
I can't give you the names.
Wait, top.
Okay, so most catches without a drop this season. Give me some names. You got to pick. You got to find 2 of the 4.
Well, technically, it's got to be. Oh, without a catch.
Without a catch. No.
Most catches?
Without a drop. Without a
Without
drop.
drop.
Wait a second here. I see an asterisk.
I know. I put that wrong right there. Without a drop.
Before he
Most
changes
catches.
that. All right,
This
because I'm
season
like,
without a drop.
catch.
It's been
Without
fixed.
catch,
There
you
you
can name a
go.
lot
Wait
of
a
them.
second here.
Without a drop.
I'm gonna say Henry, Travis Henry,
Okay.
because he runs the ball, and oh man, most catches this season without a drop. 2 of the top 4.
The Seattle guy and
No, because I think what's the name's drop. DK's drop some.
He has.
He had one that he had an easy touchdown and he dropped it. And I was like, no.
okay, because they probably get a lot of passes.
Man.
Most catches.
Well, most catches though. I was gonna say, well, Larry's got to be there. Fucking
Most
he hasn't
catches.
dropped one, right?
But he doesn't
This
get
season-
He doesn't
enough.
have the most,
Yeah.
right?
This season without a drop.
I'm still gonna take his teammate DeAndre Hopkins.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was gonna
I'm
say,
gonna go
yeah.
big names, bro. Here I'm going Hopkins
have
and
to.
Jones.
Wrong on both sides.
Oh shit! I don't know. It's gonna be some scrubs then.
You want to bet? You want to know the
No.
names?
It can't be. It has to be somebody.
Big names is big names.
Some-
Big names.
some
All 4 of these
big-
guys are big names.
All 4.
You
So
would
maybe like-
you would draft these guys in the first 4 rounds of any fantasy football.
Okay, and it wasn't one of those. Those 2 are
No.
the biggest names.
No,
Okay. So most catches without a drop.
this season.
Fuck. Then I'm gonna say Devontae Adams. Is that one?
He's number 3 on the list.
Okay.
Oh shit, you missed
So
it.
and I was gonna throw him in there, but I was like, fuck, I'm going big names here. So Devontae, and first 4 rounds, Devontae, Josh Diggs.
No,
I'll take Josh Thielen.
no.
What?
Number
There's
1.
fucking bigger names than them?
Number 1. We got Travis Kelce with 58.
Oh,
Okay.
bro, come on. That's a tight end, though,
He's
bro.
a wide
That's an
receiver.
asterisk.
Yep.
Hey, it says most
Look at that. You
catches.
changed the name on here.
It
for me.
says most
Travis
catches.
Henry with the most catches without a catch. Right? I'm taking Travis Henry because that's an oxymoron. Most catches without a catch.
So Travis Kelce number 1 with 58. Allen Robinson number 2 with 57. Devontae Adams number 3 with 53.
Right.
And Juju Smith-Schuster, homeboy right here from USC, with 45.
Oh, God. Yeah, technically Juju was drafted in the fucking top 4. All those fools would, yeah. Allen's right at that 4 slot, though, let me tell you.
Right at the 4th slot.
And Kelsey's cheating.
Hey, he hasn't dropped one as of now, knock
Yeah.
on wood. Hopefully he doesn't drop one now.
Devontae was going to be in my top 3 for sure if I got a 3 on that. But, man, I'm a little surprised about Hopkins.
If there would have been 5 names, I would have given you 3. But because there were
Yeah.
4 names, I said split it in half, make it 2.
Dante for sure I would have put there. But, I mean, fuck, I had to go with the 2 dudes that are just explosive, you know?
All right, now for the picks of the week. We missed one last
All right,
week, or 2 weeks ago, or last week because I was having a baby. But this is what we have for week 8, where we ended up at week 8. And we're going to be jumping to week 10 because we didn't do week 9. But week 8, we both picked the Panthers to beat the Falcons, and lo and behold, we both picked the Falcons to beat the Panthers, and the Falcons went ahead and did work.
That was the team that I told you that I wanted to pick. Remember?
Yeah.
Fuck.
We both went Vikings on the Packers, and that's a W right there. I'm sorry. I apologize. We both went Packers on the Vikings, and the Vikings came out and won. Dalvin Cook went wild on that Yeah, we both went Titans against the Bengals. The Bengals somehow showed up and did. I'm like, how? Why? When? Where? And what? Obviously, the Chiefs beat the Jets because it's the Chiefs, and there you go.
And it's the Jets.
We both had the Lions, and the Colts came out and won. Phillip Rivers and the defense came out there and fucking beat us. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Rams and Dolphins. We both picked the Dolphins. I'm sorry. We both picked.
Steelers.
Oh, yeah. Did we skip? Oh, sorry. We both picked the Ravens. And the Steelers,
no,
yeah,
I didn't pick the Ravens.
Yeah, you did. Check the
picked the Steelers. I told you I'm taking Steelers all season long.
No, you said you're taking the
Chiefs.
I
would take them.
You said you're taking the Chiefs.
There's no way. No way. Go back and listen to those tapes. There's no way I take the Ravens.
Check the tapes.
There's no way I take the Ravens.
Check the tapes. Anyway.
Yeah, there's no way. I'm putting an asterisk on that.
Okay, put an asterisk on it. I'll give you one.
No way.
All right, we went Rams over the Dolphins. The Dolphins came out and won. We had the Pats over the Bills. I'm sorry, the Bills over the Pats, and the Bills showed up, which is right. Next one, we had the Raiders and the Browns. I had the Raiders. You went Browns. I got the win on that one. The Chargers and Broncos. I had the Broncos. You went Chargers. I took the Broncos. They won. Next up, we had the Saints and Bears. You went Bears. I actually went Saints. I actually changed on. I was going Bears, and I went back and I did Saints before we got out of there. So I took that one as well. We both went Seattle. We both went the Eagles, and we both went with the Bucks. Rounding out the score to 10-7. If you want to take that asterisk, I'll give it to you 10-8. I took the game. I took the week. We are all tied up at 5 now, Papa.
All right. But there's no way I take the. There's no way I take the Raiders.
I'm gonna send this to you. I'm gonna send you a screenshot on the other paper that shows you who you chose.
There's no way. There's no way I take the Raiders. No way. There's no way.
I'm just letting you know. Either way, so we're all tied up for the season, 5-5 going into week 10. We didn't do week 9 because we were gone. We didn't do show last week, guys. Right. So week 10, Colts and Titans have already been done. So we can't pick them right now.
And fans, remember, Brent said, I've been taking the Bears all season long. Of course I would take them on a Thursday night without telling anybody. And if he doesn't take them.
That's told me. I told you I can't take him as a permanent lock.
I mean, it was obvious that I was going to take them. It was obvious that I was going to take them. Blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're going Colts and Titans. I already went. I'm sorry, Eagles and Giants. I got the Eagles. Where are you going?
Hey, let's put a little section for Hong in there because I want Hong to see
what he Let me see what we got here.
I think we're both going with the Titans there, huh? Right? No, I think we both would have gone with the Titans. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. You can't count the Titans.
I can't pick that. I already know the.
No, I know. But I'm saying, Brent, what would you have gone with that initially?
I would have gone with the Titans on that all day long.
Yeah, I think so too. I would have too. All right, so let's talk Eagles and Giants here.
I got the Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah, I got to take the Eagles here too.
All right, Eagles all the way around.
All three, yeah.
We got the Jags and the Packers. I got Packers as my lock of the week.
So he's calling his Packers lock of the week. You got to pick a lock of the week too, like guaranteed.
Are we all going Packers?
Yeah, Packers. I don't know about my lock. I got to see right now. It is a pretty damn good one for a lock, though.
Yeah. All right, we got Washington and the Lions. I think the Lions bounce back and beat Washington because Washington doesn't even have a team name. So I think they are going to go ahead and win that one. Artie?
Oh. The Lions are without fucking Galladay, bro. That's the only thing.
I know, but they're playing the Washington no-names.
Bro, but if they go
NFC, what is it? The NFC East, the worst team?
Yeah,
the worst division?
It's the NFC least.
You got to go with the Lions. They're the worst division.
Yeah, I'll go with the Lions, too. Yeah, that's a tough call.
All right, we got the Texans and Browns. I'm going Texans, of course.
I have to go with the Texans as my quarterback for fantasies there.
There you go. We got the Texans right there. Artie?
I think the Texans are coming back strong, man. I think they're one of the hotter teams in this second half of the season or whatever we're at.
Okay, so we got the Texans there. We got the
think the
Bucks.
Bucks.
All right, Bucks. I'm pretty sure that's going to go all the way through.
Bucks, you have to. Yeah.
All right, we got the Chargers and Miami.
Chargers.
What?
This is a good one. I don't know. I'm just a Charger fan.
Is that your
sorta.
lock of the week?
No, hell no.
I think I'm gonna side with Han on that one. I'm gonna go with Chargers, man.
You gonna go Chargers?
Heartbreakers.
I like the way Tua looked this
Yeah,
last
I
week.
know.
And I think they're gonna come and they're playing in Miami, so I think they beat the Chargers.
Yeah, what is this
Miami?
spread? Nah, I'm guessing it's Miami's favorite.
Might be right.
I don't know. We don't go that far into it.
Just minimum.
Yeah, I know.
We got the Broncos and the Raiders.
Whew, good one.
I got the haters
Toss up. That's a toss up, man.
because they are playing in Las Vegas.
The
Still a
Broncos are just
toss-up.
walking wounded, bro. I gotta go with the Raiders too, man. They just have too many injuries over there.
Han, what you
I
got?
don't know who the damn quarterback is, to be honest.
Han, who
I'm
you
a
got?
car guy. Raiders. Give me a car.
Raiders.
Damn,
Bills
this
and
is a good
Cardinals.
one,
I got
too.
the Bills.
Yeah.
Even though the
Take the
Cardinals are
Cardinals.
looking really good, I got
I'll
the
take
Bills.
the Cardinals. I'm gonna take the Cardinals.
Take the Cardinals. All right.
Give me the Bills.
Ooh,
Give me the Bills.
Bill Nation right here.
Uh-oh.
You got the Niners and Saints. That should not be a question.
Saints, of course.
Yeah,
Just to play
Saints.
safe.
We got the Seahawks and Rams. I got the Seahawks as my second lock of
No,
the
you
week.
can't be doing that. Can't be doing that because then it makes everybody else look bad. You pick one, it's like, hey, I'm gonna take the Dodgers to win the World Series. They're like, no shit.
Shit.
Fuck.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Nobody's gonna take the Angels to win the fucking World
Yep.
Series.
I will take them every time.
Yeah, you'll
A
lose
dollar
every
gets me $1 million. Okay.
time. Yeah, why? I mean, I've already told you they're one of my top three teams, even though they haven't looked like.
Here's the
fucking,
thing.
like,
If you got to pick the upset of the week, this is it. Rams.
ooh.
Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and asterisk that one as the upset of the week.
I like it. See, that's balls right there. Not saying, my second lock of the week.
We got the Bengals and the Steelers. I got the Steel Crew.
That's my lock of the week right there.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I have to go with Steelers.
Steelers.
All right.
But I have an ultra lock, by the way.
It's
Watch.
the Chiefs, but they're not playing this week. They're on.
Your
Oh,
fantasy's
okay.
fine, man.
Yeah.
Fucking 130s.
Yeah.
All right, we got the
Hey,
Ravens.
Ask Hong who's in first place in our fantasy league.
He is, but
Ask him who Hong lost to last week.
I lost. I wasn't even going to compete because, look,
Who?
it's already, but
Oh, okay.
on an average, everyone would average 110, right? His is on 130 already. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Artie's up there in my league too.
He just got lucky. Picked that guy from freaking
Who did I get? Who are you talking about?
Green Bay.
Uh,
So That's a random
Devontae
dude. Nobody's
Adams?
gonna. Yes, yeah.
Who's not? What do you mean nobody's gonna pick up Devontae
that's not
Adams?
random.
Bro,
Dude,
get out
that's
of the.
random.
You're no longer
How-
allowed on the goddamn show at this point.
Come on, then.
So my
This
lineup
auto
over there,
draft.
Brent.
Hold on.
So the one I would keep.
Let's pick the last one first, and we'll go back to that.
Okay.
We got Ravens and Patriots on Monday Night Football. I got the Ravens.
I'll take the Ravens too. Patriots looking like trash, man.
Huh? What you got?
Ravens.
Ravens. All right, so
Played
there's only a
safe.
couple. There's only a couple things that we did a little different. I got Miami. You guys got the Chargers. Artie, you got the Cardinals. I got the Bills. Hans got the Bills. Other than that, that's going to be the tail of the tape right there.
Yep.
You know there's going to be 2 upset at least.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know
sure.
which one.
Dude, these past 2 weeks have had a lot of upsets on Sundays, man. That was pretty impressive.
I think
Especially the one we had, the one where we actually picked. Man, that was like upset weekend.
it was crazy.
Yeah. See, so the dude I thought Hong was gonna say was Robinson, right? Because I got that dude in everywhere. Like I picked that dude up everywhere, James Robinson. When I found out he was a starter, I was like, well, man, I'll pick up a starter even if he's on my bench. And
Right.
what he did maybe the first week or two, but he's been solid, dude. He's not like a superstar, but bro, he's ranked number 4 at his position. Number 4, bro. Like, man, I mean, if that's not a superstar, top 5 is some superstar, right? Top 3, you know? Dude's ranked number 4. And then, of course, I got the MVP, Russell Wilson, in my opinion. Devontae Adams, who's the number 1, who's in the top tier of wide receivers, you know? And then the other dudes, I mean, Andrews is solid, you know, Fulgham. You know, the other dudes are, you know, you do what you can with what you got, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to show you.
No, not 130 on an average.
Well, Devontae went off.
Usually, I played it last year, realizing it's usually on an average 120, but not 130. That's what they've been giving him.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, everybody listening at home, people that know us, me and Artie specifically, they know that we're in a fantasy football league together, and they know in my fantasy football league, I am just absolutely terrible. And although I have the opportunity to come back and sneak into the playoffs at 6-6, let's just call it that, okay?
Yeah.
But
you beat me this year.
I did. There are two other leagues, or there's a couple other leagues I'm in, but 2 other leagues that I am running first right now. I'm 8-1 on one and 7-2 in the other, with at least 2 games ahead of everybody else in these other leagues. So I'm not completely crazy. I just happen to be playing, you know, in other leagues too.
Yeah. It's like that chip shot that nobody saw at golf, right?
Whatever.
That, or you realize that everyone is just shit.
Yeah, and I don't know if Hong knows, but I won that league 2 years ago. So
I wasn't in.
Yeah, well, you're in it this year, and you got slapped around this past week. Hey, but Hong was in first because we're divisions, right? So then, like, they were talking smack because I was leading my division. And Hong was leading his, right? And they're like, I enjoy first place for 1 more week, blah, blah, blah.
Dude, I already knew with my players.
And then I killed Hong. And I was like, I'm so lonely. So lonely. Up at first place for myself, you know?
Artie, I sent you screenshots to prove that I am in first place in 2 other leagues, so suck a fatty.
But do you have video of your chip shot?
I don't, but I will tomorrow, or Sunday.
That's funny. All right, bro. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Han, it has been a pleasure. Mr. Man of a few words, but the few words that you have spoken have been true. I appreciate you being on here tonight. Artie, we can't go anywhere without saying goodbye.
Yeah, mi gente, make sure we wash our hands and wear our masks. We got to protect ourselves and get back to civilized society where we're going back to school and teaching our kids, right? So be safe out there. Wash your hands and wear your mask. See you next week.
All right, Han, thank you so much for being here with us. We'll let you know how you do.
Intrigue. I'm gonna do something similar. I'm not into sport as I am, but more comics or something.
I'm with you there. Hey, well, when you do your comic book podcast, I hope you do think about me, and we'll definitely do some conversations and talk about some stuff. Okay?
Yeah, I'll invite you, or not even if I'm just gonna find somebody that's going to do it, like yourself.
All right.
I'm not even going to start it up. I'm thinking of what you're doing. Just drink. They probably won't even drink, these nerds. But
I will outdrink the nerds.
No idea.
Me, we'll be all right.
But I'll join them. You know what? I'm going to join somebody that's doing what you're doing.
There you go. Well, it's not terribly difficult. It's more about
like
just
having of work.
It's having a good rapport back and forth. For everybody out there tonight, thank you guys so much once again for joining us tonight. Thank you, Artie. Thank you, Han. Thanks to everybody who has continued to follow us on social media. Don't forget you can find us on Twitter at @theblown_save. On Instagram at @theblown_save, and don't forget you can also still reach out to us at theblown_save_podcast@gmail.com. You guys go to our website, theblown_save_podcast.com, grab some merch, go ahead and follow us everywhere you're following us. We'll see you guys next week. We love you guys so much. Have a great night. Thank you guys. Later.